We got a recent report that I think kind of kills any Spider-Man's dream who was really wanting a straight level Spider-Man movie, and just honestly throws that dream, like packs it into a ball and chucks it out the window, because we've got a new report here that does say that Spider-Man 4 has been described as the biggest Spider-Man movie ever. According to insider MTTSH, Spider-Man 4 is being described as the biggest Spider-Man movie of all time. The project will reportedly feature multiversal elements and also more than one villain. Again, wow. Yeah, there's a lot to go on here. I mean, a lot to, I think, describe, some of the pain that a lot of Spider-Man fans have, that they're not going with street level on this, but honestly, it kind of makes sense considering we're in the, MCU multiversal saga. You would think they're going to continue to make these multiversal movies, which it looks like they genuinely are, and that's what Sony were arguing. The reason this movie has taken so long to make is because Sony wanted a multiversal film, Marvel apparently wanted a straight level. Sony kind of won the argument with common sense, saying, why would you do a straight level movie in the multiversal saga? And Marvel kind of caved in. So that's what's going on there. Considering No Way Home was supposed to be the biggest Spider-Man movie ever, it looks like they're legitimately topping off this. Now, if you're wondering what is going to be going on in this movie, what are the leaks saying, what is being said, there is a massive leak that says this movie is going to be called Spider-Man Brand New Day. And essentially in the Brand New Day comics, from what I know, there was one part of it where, again, no one really knows, of course, Peter Parker and all of this. And instead of what we thought was going to happen, where we thought that Peter Parker would want to do nothing but be Spider-Man, because no one knows who he is. Essentially, I believe in this comic book series, Peter Parker wants to do nothing but be Peter Parker. He wants to study his college. He wants to, just focus on that, and really doesn't want to be Spider-Man anymore because of course, everything that happened. So, essentially, basically, Mephisto, the devil, comes up to him and I believe says, could make a deal with you right now. And basically that would be, I can make everyone remember who you are and everything can go back to normal. I think in that comic book, Aunt May is dead, but he brings her back to life. But essentially the catch is, you can no longer be Spider-Man. And then essentially he goes through this whole thing where he gets everyone back, he's loving life, but then responsibility calls and he realizes, well, I can't be Spider-Man to solve that. And he goes through this massive contemplation on, like, what does he do? Essentially, a lot of people are saying in this one, they will take a similar path where instead of it being Mephisto he makes the deal with, he actually makes the deal with Doctor Doom on the new Battle World universe that he's going to create at the end of Doomsday. And Doctor Doom basically says, look, in this new universe, I can give you whatever you want. I can give you MJ back. I can bring back, of course, Aunt May. But you can't be Spider-Man anymore, and you can't try and stop what I'm trying to do. And then, look, he may do it, and then he realizes he has to become Spider-Man later on. I'm not too sure. I feel like that's the way they may be going with this movie. But at the end of the day is, I feel like that plot is kind of treading on what we saw in Spider-Man No Way Home, where you have Peter got this massive spell cast for everyone to forget that he's Spider-Man. And, of course, it had massive consequences. Then you're telling me in this movie, instead of a spell, he's going to make a deal that has everyone remember he's Peter Parker, but he's no longer going to be able to be Spider-Man. Again, I feel like you're kind of treading on very, very similar waters. And considering in No Way Home, the whole entire point of that movie was Peter to realize and gain the knowledge that great power comes with great responsibility. It would be a pretty dumb idea for him to go in the fourth movie and completely grab that lesson and just throw it away and do something stupid again and make the deal basically with the devil in Doctor Doom. Again, I think it'd be a completely stupid idea. There's also the other name that we know that this movie could be called King in Black, which would have a lot of symbiote elements to it, and eventually Spider-Man would fight Venom, but then realize he has to team up with him to take down Null at the end. Again, that would be a really cool idea. I feel like if they're going to go for this big multiversal movie, now is the time to do that movie with, of course, Venom and get that going. And I mean, how awesome would it be if all 3 of the Spider-Man were back in the movie and they were all wearing the symbiote suit together? Again, that would be so awesome. And then maybe by the end of it, Toby and Andrew take off the symbiote because they realize what it's doing to them, and Toby tells them this will only make you a bad person, and Tom decides to keep it because it gives him power, and that's how it leads into him having the symbiote in Secret Wars and maybe being the villain of that movie, or one of the villains, like we've heard other reports also say. But again, I'd very much like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions down below. What massive movie are we going to get? Is it going to be Brand New Day, King in Black, or something completely new altogether? I'm not sure. Again, subscribe to my sports channel, my IRL/vlogging channel, and this channel if you haven't already. The other channels will be linked down below. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.